How's it going everyone? WildeThang here and welcome to a brand new Destiny video. In this video I'm going to be talking to you guys about the best loadout you can use whilst going flawless in Trials of Osiris. If you haven't yet, then make sure you go in there, try and learn the maps that are rotated every week, and you should be able to go flawless if you've got a good team behind you. Now I'm going to be talking to you guys about my Hunter's loadout first, because my Hunter is my primary character. This is the one I always use to try and help other people that have not gone flawless, or that just people that don't have friends on over the weekend, like if they've gone on holiday or whatever. I try and help as many people as I can on the weekends, and I stream it all as well, so I can help viewers that are struggling or just need an extra good player to back them up if they're trying to carry one of their friends. So if you haven't already, go over to Twitch and follow me there, and you'll see when I'm online in case you want any help. I am only on PlayStation 4, I don't have an Xbox One, just in case you're wondering. So moving on, the way our team is usually set up, there's me as a sniper. I never change to a shotgun, so I am only sniper because I hate using shotguns. If I could, I would probably end up shooting myself with them anyway and just failing the whole thing. And then the second guy is usually either a sniper or a shotgunner, or someone that switches between the two. And then third, we always have someone that's a shotgunner, just for those close quarters battles, in case we get rushed by the other team, or in case we need to run in there and just kill everything. Another tip is you have to be aggressive in Trials of Osiris, and you can't hang back and just be really sheepish about the whole thing and wait for them to come to you, because they will have an advantage. They will surround you and you won't be able to get out, and they'll just kill you. So basically what you want is either to get the sniper to headshot someone straight away and then all rush at the same time. That's pretty much how we play Trials. We either headshot someone, or if they're hanging back, we all just run in and just try and kill them. Basically, you have to be aggressive in Trials because there's no other way of playing it. You will fail if you're not confident enough in your gun skill, and if you don't feel confident in doing Trials, then go practice in Crucible. Just play Crucible for like an hour or two every day, and you will eventually get better and better. You'll learn your weapons, you'll learn the jumps, everything you'll need to go flawless in Trials. So like I said, I'm going to be going over my Hunter first, just so you can see what sort of weapons I use, what armour, and all this like subclasses and everything. So starting off, I use Gunslinger. Now obviously people are going to have their own opinions of the subclass. You might prefer using Blade Dancer, and if that's the case, use Blade Dancer. You don't have to use what I'm using if you don't feel comfortable using it. The one thing you should not do if you're playing Trials with a team is tell them what to use, because they won't feel confident and you'll fail. Just let them use whatever weapon they feel confident in using, whatever armour they want to use, whatever. Just let them do what they do, because otherwise they're not going to feel confident in themselves using stuff that they're not used to. Like if someone told me to put a shotgun on, I would tell them to shove it and I'd probably just leave. Because I'm not going to use a shotgun because I don't feel confident using one. I'm a long distance to mid-range player, and that's what I'm going to use. I'm not going to use something that someone else has told me to use. So anyway, Gunslinger. I have armour pretty much maxed out. Recovery is quite low. That's because I usually get hit, but then I've got the armour to try and back that up, and if I'm really hurt I just run out because I've got the agility stacked up quite a bit as well. So let me just go over this subclass for you. I have triple jump on. I usually have trip mine, not swarm grenade. I use that in PvE. And also golden gun. Obviously I have combustion on that, so the enemies explode and you might be able to hit enemies that are close to them. Throwing knife, I do have knife juggler, so when I get a headshot with a knife it instantly reloads and I don't have to worry too much about the strength perks on my armour. Then we have path unknown. Obviously I could stack that up even more than putting recovery down, but I feel like in Trials you do need a little bit more recovery. I've got keyhole as well. Golden gun over penetrates and can damage multiple targets. That's always useful. Way of the Fearless, and then we have Gambler's Dagger, so you basically have two throwing knives. So moving on to the weapons, I have the exotic hand cannon, the Last Word. Now a lot of people may not like using this weapon, but I love it. I used to be only Thorn, but I just feel like Last Word is a lot better, because Thorn is kind of like mid to long range, whereas the Last Word is very short range and I can kill people really quickly when they're up close. So what you want is kind of like a mixture between mid and long range weapons. So I've got this one that's this really short range, and then I've got a sniper for long range. So I've got best of both worlds. I know some people like using like Hawk Moon with a shotgun. So you have the range for the Hawk Moon and then the shotgun for short distance. So that is the last word. I'll just show you what perks I use. I have aggressive ballistics and perfect balance, and it's fully upgraded, and it's also 365 attack. That's another thing, you want to make sure you have 365 weapons. So if you've got leftover etheric light, make sure you upgrade your legendary weapons if you need to. Like I had to use etheric light on my sniper rifle just so it was 365. Okay, moving down to obviously my sniper rifle. Now this can be either a sniper or a shotgun, or even a fusion if you feel confident using one. So starting off, we have the short gaze scope, which gives you about 15 to 20% target acquisition, which is awesome. And the ambush does as well. It gives you a little bit less. I think it's about 10%, something like that. But yeah, you want to aim for short gaze, and it's also good for quick scoping as well. Moving on, we have hidden hand, which gives me even more target acquisition, and it will help loads. I think that's an extra 20%, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but I know it's between 10 and 20, put it that way. So that also helps as well. So it basically just gives the head like a bigger border that you can shoot in to get a headshot. So that's good. It's also like an Illuminati symbol there. That's very, very suspicious. Okay, my middle perks could have been a bit better. I mean, I was hoping for snapshot, which helps you aim a lot quicker, but I've got quick draw, single point sling, and also injection mold, and I don't feel like I need more stability on this one. I mean, I could stick it on, but it's pretty much fine with quick draw. This weapon can be drawn unbelievably fast, so that is also good when you're running around switching between weapons. And also we can switch weapons faster with this one as well. So but actually this one, quick draw, means like it's how quick you pull up the weapon, it's not how quick you switch weapons. So you'll see that my sniper goes up really quick. So when you're changing weapon, it's just like bang, it's there. And also single point sling, you can just switch weapons quicker. I mean, that could be useful as well. It all depends on your playstyle, to be honest. And then I've got Grenadier or Grenadier, however you want to pronounce that. Kills with this weapon reduce the cooldown of your grenade. So basically you don't have to worry too much about your discipline with this sniper. You get a headshot, kill him instantly, and it will replenish your grenade slightly. I'm not too sure on how much it will replenish it, but it's always handy to have perks like that. I mean, my old sniper used to have unflinching, but it just seemed useless. It's just a wasted perk. So I'm happy that I've got Grenadier on this one, so that's good. So moving on down, I have a rocket launcher. I would suggest always having a rocket launcher in trials, and make sure you have grenades and horseshoes at a minimum on the perks. So this is tomorrow's answer. It's being sold by Brother Vance this week, so make sure you go pick that up. And you've also got a chance of it dropping in the chest on Mercury, and also from the gold package from Brother Vance once you've got the 8 wins. So what I've got here is warhead veneers, more velocity and blast radius, but an increase to recoil. But then rocket launchers are going to have recoil, and you're not going to be firing it constantly, so it doesn't really matter about stability. Just make sure your velocity and blast radius are maxed out as much as they can be. I've got tripod as well, so basically it upgrades it from 2 to 3 rockets in the chamber. In the middle I have javelin, which increases the velocity. If you see, we can either have heavy payload or flared magwell, but I've gone for javelin just to make sure the rockets travel a lot faster. Then I have grenades and horseshoes. Rockets from this weapon will detonate early based on proximity to targets. Now other rocket launchers that you can use are Radagast Fury, which has got a high blast radius, and also the Ash Factory, which is also awesome. So make sure you pick one or two of one of those 3 rocket launchers, and you should be good to go. So moving on to my armor, I basically try and have 100% intellect just so my super rebuilds a lot quicker, and I try and get discipline up as much as I can. But wearing the crest of Alpha Lupi unfortunately puts stuff on my strength, which I barely use throwing knives anyway. So what I've got here is the Crota's End helmet, just basically having intellect at 1 to 8, which is good. Then I have the Grips of Exile. This gives me more discipline to counterbalance the fact that I've got so much intellect at the moment. And then my Crest of Alpha Lupi, this is just so I can revive my teammates a lot faster and spawn more orbs for them. and that is a great help in trials because it's like skirmish. If your teammates die, you have to revive them, and if they're in a tricky situation, you need to get that revive going quickly. And I would suggest having at least 2 people on your team wearing this, or the warlock helmet, which helps because then if your warlock goes down, you can revive it quickly even if you don't have the crest of Alpha Lupi on, because the helmet lets you get revived quickly as well. Moving on down, I have the Crotazen boots. This is basically just because it carries more ammo for heavy weapons and it has that intellect bonus as well. So I've got 2 pretty much maxed out intellect items, then I've got 1 for discipline and then strength as well. So that is my loadout, guys. Hopefully you've learned something from it. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of insight as to what to use in Trials of Osiris and like the best sort of weapons. Oh, before I go, I must say, like, sniper rifles, you want a high impact sniper rifle. Don't bother with these ones that have got high rates of fire and low impact, because if you've got a high impact sniper, you can kill people with a headshot when they're getting revived, and it's an instant kill. So even if you're just aiming at someone's orb and they're just about to be revived, aim for their head and they'll die again, and that means it helps your team just rush that little bit quicker and a little more aggressively. So hopefully that has helped you guys. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.
All enemies